Namanda, what's 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 Namanda. Well, good morning, everyone. How are you today? Welcome to a Sunday service. And today is November 21, 2021, Sunday service in OCBC and Vista Temple. I'm so glad to see you, and people are started coming back, and I see a lot of people today in Hondo, and particularly today in Junior YBA, and helping us to follow the Korean. Thank you very much. And then thank you all the people to watching that YouTube as well. We're very delighted to have you, all of you today. Already November 21, so all that holiday season coming, right? And Thanksgiving coming up and all the holidays, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. And I want to thank many people today. First of all, we made a beautiful flowers. Actually, is a Janet Arima helped me yesterday to make a Naijin flower 3 pots, and then kodo, and then also nokotsudo. So particularly, we pick up that spicy autumn color. It's so pretty. So please take a look at it later. And then also, last Friday, we had a wonderful onaijin, polishing, and cleaning up day. All the ministers and ministers' assistant came, and you see that brightness and spick and span in Japanese, pika pika, shiny. So it's very nice onaijin. We dusted off everything and lacquer. We use extra, the special cream and polish it, and everything is so clean. All the ashes also we clean up. So it's wonderful onaijin. Don't you think? It's so wonderful to this beautiful temple, Orange County Buddhist Church. I'm very, very proud of it. So today, I would like to explain the service order. Today, we're going to chant a Shoshinge Wasan. I hope you remember how to, chant. I think that service book is English version is 76, I think, starting right there. And I will lead Wasan. And this morning, I'm delighted to have Reverend Ellen Crane, and then Mr. Pollard, and then also Janice Hirohama, and joining to me and alternate Iwasan. It's a beautiful verse. And then I will read 3 treasures. Now you can use a service book in front of you, okay? And then later on after service, you can offer the incense as well. See, we are getting normal now, all right? Isn't that wonderful? And then also, I'd like to give you a Dharma message, and then we sing together Ondoksan. That's our order today. All right? Thank you. So let me go back to my seat, and then we chant Iwasan together. Okay? All right. So. Namanda, what's Namanda, what's Namanda, what's Namanda, what's Namanda, Namanda, what's Namanda, Namanda, what's Namanda, what's Namanda, what's Namanda, Namanda. Namo Amidam ナモアミダハンブ Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Butsu, Namanda, Butsu, Namanda, Butsu, Namanda, Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Butsu, Namanda. Well, thank you very much for joining that Wasan chanting. I hope you liked it and your memories coming back, right? Isn't it beautiful? I really like singing and chanting Wasan. And then if you have a chance, take a look at the English translation too. It makes sense a lot to you. Okay, now at this moment, let's read three treasures together. Would you mind stand up? Would you please? We did it before, right? So, let's do it. Now I show you the screen. All right. Three treasures. How rare and wondrous it is to have been born into human life. And now I live it. How rare and wondrous it is to be able to listen to the Buddha Dharma. And now I am able to hear it. If you do not transcend the world of delusion in this life, when will I ever attain spiritual liberation? May I, along with the entire Sangha, with sincere heart and mind, rely on that which can be truly relied on in life, the three treasures. I rely on the Buddha. May I, along with all sentient beings, awaken to the great path with my entire beings and discover the highest aspiration, which is to become a Buddha. I rely on the Dharma. May I, along with all sentient beings, deeply reflect on the meaning of sutras and gain wisdom that is deep, as vast as the ocean. I rely on the Sangha. May I, along with all sentient beings, become one Sangha of life, able to move forward and live with a dynamic spirit that is hindered by nothing. The unsurpassed, deep and wondrous Dharma, even in millions of carpets, is extremely difficult to encounter, but now I am able to experience and embrace it. May I come to understand and reveal the true meaning of the Tathagata. Join me, Gassho, please. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you. Please have a seat. Thank you. Now I'm going to give you a Dharma message today. Now that minister and then minister's assistant coming down to, and they can see that screen. I can see my screen up there. So, all right. So my Dharma message today, the title is Shin Garden. So the Shin Buddhist Garden. And then subtitle is Bits of Rubble Turn into Gold. Well, you know, this temple is so beautiful. OCBC campus, we maintain very beautiful and well maintained because of so many volunteer people coming on Friday morning. And then they water plants, they sweep the floor, and then pull the weeds. They do many, many things every Friday. The voluntary, I really appreciate it. And then head by Mr. Jim Mitchell. He's a vice president and maintenance team. And then maintenance team is Paul and Mr. Fujita and Aaron Mariyama, and then Eric Nakahara, Steve, and people maintain this campus beautiful. You see, for the past 2 years, even we closed our door, they came and clean up the campus every week. I deeply appreciate their efforts and generous mind. Now, I don't know if you notice it, some of the male workers, like Eric and then Steve and Taka, and they are working on Shin Buddhist Garden. Have you noticed it? There's right there. So if you haven't looked at it, stop by and take a look at Shin Garden. That's the one I'm talking about today. So they are working on placing the rocks and big rocks and stones and placed all the rubbles in there. That's how it looks like. Okay. And they are still under construction. Eric said, well, Sensei, it might take a couple more weeks. So that's okay. No hurry. But it's going to be finished pretty soon. I'm very excited. So this is, I'm talking about the Shin Garden, which is Shin Buddhist Garden today. And talking about the garden, all the Japanese, sort of like Buddhist temples, particularly in Japan, probably a lot of people went to Japan, and they have a beautiful garden, right? So one of the most very famous garden, which is called Ryoanji Temple. That's the Rinzai Zen temple, but they have a beautiful Zen garden, okay? So Ryoanji looks like that. It's a big garden and rocks is all over, scattered around, intentionally scattered around. And then this is the Rinzai Zen temple. And it was built 1450. It's about 571 or 70 years ago. Oh, way back there. So this is also World Heritage Place. Okay, it's nice. When you have a chance to Kyoto, please visit. It's a fun place. And this name is Ryoanji. Another name is a rock garden. And Ryo is kind of dragon, you know, like an imaginary animal. Ryu, dragon. And An is like a settled or peace. So kind of temple. So now it's dragon is peacefully kind of living in this temple, kind of meaning. So Ryoanji, in other words, a rock garden. So rock garden like this. I hope you can see the pictures. This is the entire Rinzai Zen garden. Yeah? So you see the various kinds of rocks and stones. And this is really a beautiful landscape. Someone made it 500 years ago. And as I said, it's intentionally they place this rock here, that rock there. You see, there is a meaning there. And then this also, that down there is, you see the white sands all over, white sands. And then moss is growing on the rocks because many years ago, they rain, they water. It's beautiful. It's called, this garden style is kare sansui. Kare sansui. It's sort of like a Japanese wabi-sabi. Have you ever heard the word wabi-sabi? It's more like a very simple, simpler the better. Nothing extra thing, but really emphasizing the transiency and then simplicity, that the wabi-sabi culture. And then they don't use any water because this white sands represents the water. So if you get closer, because this one is a the sand is sort of like a marking, like a Zen priest has, monks always rake that gravel waves, make that a sand wave. Have you ever seen like the lines here? They use a special rake, like sweeping, and make lines. So making like waves. So this white sand represents an ocean. So those rocks are sort of floating in the ocean without using actual water. That's the wabi-sabi and the kare sansui garden style. Okay, and let's see that. So people sit there. This is the veranda. As people sit there all day, and then, enjoy the wabi-sabi traditional Japanese aesthetics of worldview centered on that acceptance of transience, and then also imperfection. Doesn't have to be perfect, imperfection. So people sit there in engawa, we call it engawa, or sort of veranda seating, hours and hours, look at those rocks. This is a mindful meditation, right? What does it mean, those rocks? Ooh, how many rocks there, right? So they will start counting like, how many rocks do you see? Right, they go, there, maybe there's another little one behind. So they have to change the angle this way, that way, or maybe change the location to sit this way, so they will count. So they say there are 15 rocks in this Ryoanji temple. And then the shape itself is Chinese letter is kokoro. Kokoro. Ne? So they place to show those rocks, showing that letter, Chinese letter, and kanji, kokoro, means a mind, our mind. So as you notice that the mind is a very important element in Buddhist lesson, right? Any action we do, any verbal speaking also, is coming from my mind, right? Don't you think? And talking about 3 poisons again, it's gas, greed, anger, ignorance. Those are 3 minds. So Buddhists always look at yourself. What kind of mind situation status I am now? Am I angry? Am I feeling jealous to something? You see, the mind is very important. So if you listen to the Dharma, hearing Namamida Butsu, you can see your inner self more closely, and you can more sensitive to your mind. What kind of mind situation you have, right? So this garden rocks design is also kokoro, mind. Keep yourself, you can hold your mind always. Very, very important. Eh? And then also I'll show you how they do. I say rake, so like using that very special broom or something, and they rake the rubble waves. That's the Zen monks practice every morning. They sort of use that rake and rake that sand, make lines, and waving, and going around. This their practice every day. So that's how the Zen temple goes. Yeah? Right? And let's get closer. See? There's a little hidden rocks behind too. So when you start counting 15, You might have to change the angle. And all the moss around, look at all the walls, 550 years old. You feel that history when you sit there. And then sort of all the tranquility, all that kind of calmness coming into, and you can just enjoy yourself. Hours and hours and hours. Mindfulness. That's how the Zen people do. We do too. It's very important. We have a Shin Buddhist meditation, mindful meditation. We did it this morning, 8:30. So if you're interested in, please come. It's a wonderful session to get ready to listen to the Dharma message. Okay. So now I talked about a Zen temple garden. You remember the rocks and white sands? All the white sand is pretty much pure white. And all that rubbles are same color, same size too. Okay? But now I want to talk about our temple, Shin Buddhist Garden. See all that they are working on Friday morning. I took a picture. And then they are kind of putting some sand in there. They are fixed the flow, the water drainage or something like that, and then putting some flower, the sago trees, and trim it. And then also they are planning to put more stands in there. So still working on, okay? And then every time I go through this garden, I use a little narrow bridge, kind of narrow path. I enjoy it. But that's part of exercise to make sure I can take my balance. So I walk through. I think it's very meaningful to me. Every time I go through this, to me, that's a spiritual path I think I'm going through in the Shin Buddhist Garden. Because this is a very famous parable of two rivers and white path. Maybe some of the people know that already, don't you? This is a very famous Buddhist parable made by Zendo, which is Chandao, is a Chinese Pure Land Buddhist and scholars as well. Zendo was living 7th century in China, and Shinran really revered and respected in Shantou too. The Shantou came out this parable. Parable goes, traveler coming from the east direction to heading to west. Walking. I want to go to, come across by this river, and I want to reach the western shore. So he was just stopping. What should I do? I said, maybe I can go back. So he turned around, and he saw a whole bunch of animals, lions, and fox, you call it. And bandits coming, follow him, try to rob him. So your situation, and this traveler situation, he or she cannot go anywhere, right? When you turn around and go back, okay, this way. No, the animals and bandits are coming. No, I can't go back. Or maybe just, should I jump into the cold water? I'm going to be frozen to death, right? Icy water. I'm going to be a heart attack and die. And should I just go into the fire river? You're going to be burned and you're going to be definitely be killed. So, traveler's thinking, I don't know what to do. So, at this time, Shakyamuni Buddha is coming, and Shakyamuni Buddha, just the voice coming from eastern direction. Hey, travelers, can you hear me? I'm Shakyamuni Buddha. Don't worry, you see a little narrow path in front of you? You go there. Step on it. Start walking through the path. You'll be okay. That's the Shakyamuni's message to these travelers. And in the meantime, right after that, Amida Buddha's voice coming from the western direction. That's right, travelers, believe in Shakyamuni's word. Don't worry about it. Please come as you are. I surely protect you. That's what Amida Buddha told this traveler. And then you also hearing the message too. So, traveler said, should I believe Shakyamuni and Amida Buddha's promise to me? But there is no way. So he decided, okay, I'll first one step. And then gradually he walked through white path. And then he was able to successfully reach the western shore. And when he reached the western shore, he saw all the friends, Dharma friends, welcome him. That's the story. That's the story. So, I think this white path it represents Amida's deep compassion to all of us and leading you to hearing the Buddha's calling, Namo Amida Butsu. That's the Buddha's invitation to all of you. Trust me, I surely protect you. So take this white path, which is the path of Onenbutsu. So we chant Namo Amida Butsu together. So that means we all receive the same Namo Amida Butsu. And we all going through the same path. And we all reach the same direction, which is Amida Buddha's complete nirvana, realm of nirvana. That's very famous Shantao Zendo's story. So every time I take this little path and I call it, this is a Onenbutsu path. And from the office to this Hondo, I go through little path and say Namo Amida Butsu. This is Shin Garden, right? And then also, these are our gravel and rubbles, bits of rubble. Look at that, those are not, everything is not white. This is the different shape, different color, right? This is the way we are. This is the way we are, right? Different size and shape and color, representing we are all different. But, as I said, we are all pursue the same spiritual liberation together, receiving from Amida Buddha, the Buddha of immeasurable wisdom and compassion. So we don't have to be a very fine white sand. No, instead, we are bits of rubble. Fine. But these rubbles can be transformed to gold by listening to the Dharma and awakening to yourself, your true self, and appreciate everyday life that we receive, and then saying Namo Amida Butsu, right? So I want to say, now Shinran said, when we entrust ourselves to the Tathagata's primal vow, we, who are like bits of tile and pebbles, are turned into gold. That's wonderful. And then we speak of the light that grasps, because we are taken into the heart of the Buddha of unhindered light. The Buddha is giving us unhindered light, penetrate to everywhere. So we are rubbles, bits of rubbles. Surely can be transformed to the gold. People of Onenbutsu appreciating Namo Amida Butsu. So this passage came from Shinran's Essentials of the Faith alone. If you like, you can take the collected works of Shinran 459. And then also I want to introduce Dr. Taitetsu Uno. He's a great scholar, Shin Buddhist scholar. He wrote a book, Bits of Rubble Turned into Gold. Sensei said, Buddhism is a path of superior optimism. For one of its basic tenets is that no human life or experience is to be wasted, abandoned, or forgotten, but all should be transformed into a source of vibrant life, deep wisdom, and compassionate living. This is a connotation of a classical statement that sums up the goal of Buddhist life: transform delusion into enlightenment on the everyday level of experience. Shin Buddhists speak of this transformation as bits of rubbles turned into gold. Okay, so this is my Dharma message today. Shin Buddhist Garden is all the bits of rubble can be transformed to gold. That means we are all different, fine, but we pursue the same path and to hear the same Namo Amida Butsu coming to us, to everybody. And then we awaken to ourselves and appreciate it every day, and we will attain the perfect nirvana. Okay? So Shin Buddhist teaching provides you with a positive transformation to shift delusion. But you need to listen to Dharma and think about it, reflect yourself, and receive the Amida's message to every one of you. Shin Buddhist teaching is very powerful, and extremely unique among all the Pure Land Buddhism. Okay, so talking about the Shin Buddhist Garden, stop by on the way, to the parking lot, and it's going to be finished soon. It's going to be beautiful. All right, so thank you very much, and let's put our hands together. Let me read Shinran Shonin's Essential Faith alone. Join me, Gassho. When we entrust ourselves to the Tathagata's primal vow, we who are like bits of tar and pebbles are turned into gold. We speak of a light that grasps because we are taken into the heart of the Buddha of unhindered light. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much. So, Reverend Crane and Minister's Assistant Janice and Mr. Pollard, please come back to the Onaijin, please. Now, okay, now we're going to sing the Gasa Ondoku-san. Ondoku-san. You know the page number now? Ondoku-san? Okay, ooh, let's stand up, please. Let's stand up. Ondoku-san. Number 2, so 146, right? Do you open 146? Okay, ready? Please have a seat. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. I think we had a wonderful service today. Thank you very much. So this concludes in service in November 21. Thank you very much for coming today. And in December, one more month to go this year, 2021, amazing. So we have 3 more Sunday services. Okay, it's going to be again. It's a lot of seats available. We'll welcome now 100 people, fully vaccinated, please. And please register through that Google and post it in OCBC website. And please come. I'm sure you feel difference, so difference when you're physically sitting in Onaijin and Hondo and then watching the YouTube. And I want you to come back to the temple. Okay? Thank you very much. So, after the closing, Gasho, please come forward and offer the incense. All right, again, thank you very much for coming today. Please take care. Namamida, Vutsunamanda, 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 Vutsunamanda.